What if I told you that in the next 20 to 30 years, millions could die, simply because they didn't adapt? Sounds extreme? Let me explain. Think about the dinosaurs. They ruled the Earth for millions of years, then bam! An asteroid hit, the climate changed, and they were wiped out. It's not just dinosaurs though. Think about companies like Blockbuster, Kodak, even BlackBerry. They failed to adapt to new technologies and changing markets, and they paid the price. But those were just companies. Imagine if it were your life at stake. Right now, 3 massive threats could determine whether you survive the future or become one of its victims. The first threat is climate change. Rising sea levels, extreme weather, and shifting ecosystems are just the beginning. The second threat is technological disruption. Artificial intelligence, automation, and new digital landscapes are reshaping our world. The third threat is global health crises. Pandemics, antibiotic resistance, and new diseases could emerge at any time. Adapting to these changes isn't just about survival, it's about thriving in a rapidly evolving world. Innovative solutions and proactive measures can help us navigate these challenges. The future is uncertain, but with the right mindset and actions, we can turn these threats into opportunities. You've seen the headlines. You've seen the pictures on the news: flooded streets, homes swallowed by rising sea levels, wildfires raging out of control, and record-breaking heat waves baking our planet. It's easy to feel overwhelmed, to feel powerless in the face of such massive change. But here's the thing, this is just the tip of the iceberg. What we're seeing now, these extreme weather events, these climate disasters, they're just a taste of what's to come if we don't act now. The science is clear. The Earth is warming at an alarming rate, and human activity is the primary driver of this change. We're pumping greenhouse gases into the atmosphere at an unprecedented rate, and the consequences are becoming increasingly dire. According to the UN, and they've done their homework, rising temperatures could make entire regions of our planet uninhabitable by 2050. That's less than 30 years from now. We're not talking about some distant future, we're talking about within our lifetimes. Think about that. Places we know and love, iconic cities like Miami, Jakarta, even parts of Europe could be underwater. Millions of people will be displaced, forced to flee their homes as the seas rise and the land disappears. But it's not just about rising sea levels. Climate change will exacerbate extreme weather events, leading to more frequent and intense hurricanes, droughts, heat waves, and wildfires. These events will disrupt food production, displace communities, and strain our resources to the breaking point. So what can we do? Is it too late to turn the tide? The answer is no, it's not too late. But we need to act now, and we need to act decisively. We need to transition away from fossil fuels and invest in renewable energy sources like solar, wind, and geothermal. We need to reduce our carbon footprint, both individually and collectively. We need to support policies that promote sustainability and environmental protection. And for those of you who live in high-risk areas that are particularly vulnerable to the effects of climate change, it's time to start thinking about adaptation strategies. This might mean relocating to safer ground, investing in climate-resilient infrastructure, or supporting projects that mitigate the impacts of climate change. The future belongs to those who are prepared, to those who take action to protect themselves and their communities. Don't wait for the floodwaters to reach your doorstep. Don't wait for the wildfires to reach your backyard. The time to act is now, but how do we ensure that our actions are effective and impactful? We need to focus on renewable energy projects like wind and solar farms that can provide clean power for generations. Electric vehicles and public transportation systems can reduce our reliance on fossil fuels. Urban green spaces and reforestation projects can help absorb carbon dioxide and cool our cities. Community solar panels and sustainable farming practices can make a significant difference. Education and awareness are key. We need to inform and inspire the next generation to continue the fight against climate change. International cooperation is crucial. Climate change is a global issue that requires a united response. Youth climate activists are already leading the charge, demanding action from world leaders. Reforestation projects and coastal protection measures can help mitigate the impacts of climate change. Climate-resilient agriculture and community disaster preparedness can ensure food security and safety. The time to act is now. The future depends on the choices we make today. Chapter 3: Cybersecurity and Biohacking Threats. We live in a digital age, a world increasingly interconnected by technology. We shop online, bank online, socialize online, even control our homes with our phones. This interconnectedness brings incredible convenience, but it also exposes us to new and evolving threats. In the past, wars were fought on battlefields with guns, tanks, and bombs. Today, the battleground is often digital, the weapons are lines of code, and the enemies are often invisible. We're talking about cyber warfare, and it's a threat that's growing more sophisticated and more dangerous by the day. Hackers, both state-sponsored and independent, are targeting everything from government agencies and corporations to individuals like you and me. They're after our data, our money, our identities, and increasingly, our physical bodies. Think about it. Many of us rely on medical devices like pacemakers, insulin pumps, or even brain implants to maintain our health. These devices are connected to the internet, which makes them vulnerable to hacking. Imagine the chaos, the potential loss of life, if hackers gained control of these devices. And it's not just medical devices. As we become increasingly reliant on interconnected technologies from self-driving cars to smart homes, the potential attack surface for hackers grows exponentially. But the threats don't stop there. We're entering an era of biohacking, where technology is being used to manipulate and enhance the human body. On the one hand, this has the potential to revolutionize medicine and extend human lifespan. But it also opens up a Pandora's box of potential risks. Imagine a world where viruses could be engineered to target specific individuals or populations. Imagine a world where hackers could rewrite your DNA or control your thoughts with a few keystrokes. It sounds like science fiction, but these are real threats that we need to start taking seriously. So, how do we protect ourselves in this increasingly dangerous digital landscape? The first step is awareness. We need to understand the threats, both present and future, and we need to take steps to mitigate our risk. This means practicing good cybersecurity hygiene. Use strong passwords, be wary of phishing scams, and keep your software up to date. Consider using a VPN to encrypt your internet traffic and invest in identity theft protection. But it's not just about protecting your data, it's about protecting your devices. As we integrate more technology into our bodies, we need to be aware of the potential security risks and demand devices that are designed with security in mind. The future belongs to those who are vigilant, to those who understand the threats and take proactive steps to protect themselves. Don't wait for your data to be stolen, or worse, for your body to be hacked. The time to act is now. Gap 2S. As we stand on the brink of monumental change, one thing becomes crystal clear. Continuous learning is not just an option, it's a survival strategy. In a world where technology evolves at breakneck speed and new challenges emerge daily, staying stagnant is the quickest route to obsolescence. So, how do you keep pace? The first step is embracing a mindset of lifelong learning. This means not just acquiring new skills, but also being open to unlearning outdated ones. Online platforms like Coursera, Udemy, and Khan Academy offer a treasure trove of courses that can keep you updated on the latest trends and technologies. For organizations, fostering a culture of continuous learning is crucial. Regular training programs, workshops, and seminars can keep your team agile and adaptable. Encourage your employees to take initiative in their own learning journeys. Tools like LinkedIn, learning and internal knowledge-sharing platforms can be invaluable. Networking is another key strategy. Engage with communities and forums related to your field. Attend conferences and webinars to stay informed about the latest developments. Books, podcasts, and industry reports are other excellent resources for staying ahead of the curve. Remember, the future rewards those who are prepared. By committing to continuous learning and adaptation, you not only ensure your own relevance but also position yourself to seize the opportunities that change brings. Hit that subscribe button and let's navigate this journey together. Gap 2S. The future is not a distant concept, it's unfolding right now. Are you ready to face it head on? The choice is yours and the resources are at your fingertips. Let's embrace the future, one lesson at a time.